Hey guys, so if you've been watching a few of my other videos, you'll know that I'm actually a vegan and I used to be a vegetarian, but I turned vegan quite recently and it worked out for me quite well. Now, I actually found out this recipe or stumbled into this recipe quite by accident just now. That's why this doesn't look too appealing. You might be looking at this and saying, oh, that doesn't look very nice. But that's because I found this by accident. Okay, this was an accidental recipe which I found. So you could make it look a lot nicer. But it tastes fantastic, and that's the important thing. And of course, there's many other ways of making a vegan omelette. And I'll show you now. One of the ways that I found on the internet was this. So there is this one which involves using chickpea flour. But I tried that before and it doesn't taste very much like the egg omelette. One I just discovered tastes a lot more like a real omelette than the chickpea one does, and it's a lot lighter as well. So I was actually trying to make potato noodles, right? So I was trying to make potato noodles with a spiralizer, but I didn't have a spiralizer, you see. I did not have a spiralizer, so I used a cheese grater. So once I put it in the oven, it just kind of melted into it itself and just made this sort of round thing. And then I realized I accidentally invented the vegan omelette because when I tasted it, it was fantastic. So I want to talk you through the steps now as to how you make the vegan omelette that I discovered. So this is the first step, guys. The first step is you have to peel and grate a whole potato. So take off the skin and use a cheese grater, just like a normal cheese grater or carrot grater, to grate the potato so that it's in tiny like slivers. And then it's all going to be wet and sort of like mushy. So you have to like press it together, just press it together to form this round circular thing. It's very easy to do because of how wet and mushy it should be by that stage. And then you season it with some salt and pepper and turmeric. You can also add some tofu if you want. Tofu is a good idea. Tomatoes and peppers could also be a good idea. But this is all I used. And I put some tomato puree on top of it and mixed it, just sort of like mixed it. It's not completely covered, just partially covered. And I mixed it. And you can add anything else you want to season it according to your taste. The more the better, it's up to you. And then you have to sprinkle a few drops of olive oil on top of it. And then you got to place it in the oven for about 10 minutes. For me, it took 10 minutes. It could take less or more for you, depending on how your oven works, to be honest. So don't overdo it. But yeah. And then once it's ready, I found that it tastes really, really nice. Obviously, this was by accident, so it doesn't look very nice. And I intended to do something else with it. And this is how it came out. So mine doesn't look very nice, but you could make yours look much nicer. But yeah, I mean, I had to share this recipe with you because as a vegan, there's other vegans on the internet. We share recipes, we do all of that. So this was something I found out that I just wanted to share, and I hope it helps you guys. It's a really nice omelette and it tastes really good.